how to work with a private lender to fund your next deal. That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. So if we don't know each other, my name is Jennifer Beatles, and my husband and I own investment properties in 8 different states that produce over $300,000 in rental income monthly. And we're on a mission to help 10,000 families achieve financial freedom through real estate investing, all by sharing everything that we know. So let's talk about working with private lenders. So first, why should you even consider this strategy? Well, a question that I'm asked very often by real estate investors is, how do you continue to scale up once you've used all of your own personal funds to acquire rental properties? Well, there are only 3 different ways that you can use other people's money to leverage the acquisitions and continue to grow your portfolio. So way number 1 is working with JV partners. That's other people that you're bringing into your deal that are going to bring typically the capital, the down payment, the operational money that you need in order to do the deal. Now, everyone has to materially participate in the deal, and we normally see JV partnerships maybe between 2 to 4 people in one deal. The second way is to syndicate. That is where you bring in multiple investors, you pool those funds together, and you form a syndication to acquire a deal. You typically have a general partner, that's the deal sponsor, the person that is doing the asset management, the operations, finding the deal, structuring the financing, and basically handling all the operations. And then you have limited partners. These are people who do not have voting rights, who do not materially participate in the investment, and they're just bringing the capital. So way number 3, which is what we're talking about in this video today, is working with private lenders. So this is probably my favorite strategy for leveraging other people's money to build and scale your own portfolio, because you own a 100% share in the property when you're bringing in other people to just be your lender. And so this is a great way for you to, again, leverage other people's money, but own 100% of the asset. And so there's a couple of things that you need to know when working with private lenders. So typically, at least for me and in my experience, private lenders tend to be people that are already in my database or sphere of influence that have no desire to own the real estate, but they're interested in getting a return on their money. And so bringing them in as a lender on your deal is a great way to do that, because they can earn interest on their money. And so I'm going to give you an example of a recent deal that I've done. This is a 6-unit apartment complex that I purchased off market from one of our investor agent partners. She had sourced the deal for me. It's a 6-unit apartment complex in Clarksville, Tennessee. The purchase price on that property was $415,000. I brought in a private lender from my network, and they funded $385,000 of that deal. Now, why did I not do 100%? Well, I had extra money sitting around in the bank, and I wasn't using those funds, so I decided to go ahead and put some of my own money into that deal, knowing that I would get it back. And at least I wouldn't be paying interest to the private lender on that money that I just had sitting in my bank account already. So I paid that private lender 8% interest on their money, and this is interest-only monthly payments until I refinance the property. So in this example, I paid them about $2,500 a month in interest only, because I was paying them an 8% interest. Then after I did some renovations on the property, put new tenants in, higher paying tenants, there were some tenants that we needed to get out of the property because they weren't paying, got new tenants in, I went to a local bank for the refinance, and the local bank had the property appraised, and it came back at $530,000. They offered an 80 LTV, which is loan to value, on the property, meaning I was able to get a new loan of $424,000, which allowed me to pay back 100% to the private lender and take the additional difference back into my own pocket to cover the difference of the down payment and the renovations that I had paid out of pocket. So now I own this property. It's cash flowing about $19,000 a year after all expenses. So I've gotten a infinite return on my money. I've gotten all of my initial investment back, and I was able to write off $68,000 in year one in depreciation from this property. What's even better is that in 1 year of ownership, the property value had increased because the rents had gone up and this market became more attractive for investors. The property is now worth $750,000. And so essentially increasing the value by 81%. All right, so how can you use this strategy for yourself? Well, number one is you need to start having conversations with people that you know in your database that have money sitting around in the bank doing nothing, that they want to earn a return on that investment. So start having some conversations there. Number two is you need to have an attorney help draw up loan docs and help facilitate this transaction. I work with attorneys that are local to the property because that is the jurisdiction that we're going to use for the loan documents and setting up this loan. The attorney will create loan documents and then they will send that to escrow. Escrow will have the lender sign, will proceed to closing like normal. I'll sign the documents, private lender will send their wire, and then I will make monthly payments to them until I refinance. Really, really simple and easy. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment in the section below. And if you want to learn more strategies like this, we are having these kinds of conversations on a weekly basis inside of our community called the ROI Inner Circle. So if you're looking to scale up this next year and talk to like-minded people, understand and implement strategies like these, and also get access to all of my documents that I paid attorneys thousands of dollars to do these things for me, then you definitely want to apply and have a conversation with us about joining the ROI Inner Circle. We'll have a link again in the description. I hope this video was valuable for you, and I can't wait to see you all starting to implement these strategies that you're learning.